going on, guys? It's your boy Matt St. Jack. Whether you're an avid anime fan, a wee tadpole still finding your way, or anywhere in between, I'll be providing my opinions and insights on anime old and new. Think Yelp with help from friends and producers from other shows weighing in. I know you can't wait to hear, and I can't wait to tell, so let's get to it. This is Matt St. Jack with Anime Talk. Let's go.
I'm Bo Maddox.
I'm Robert Ortegon.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
I'm Kevin Doherty.
And I'm Erin Doherty.
And this is Collateral Cinema and the podcast that wouldn't die. Welcome to Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, where we focus on good movies, bad movies, and everything else in between in the world of cinema. We are podcasting straight from somewhere in South Texas, and yes, my friends, this is a 420 friendly podcast, so whatever you have, be it dabs, blunts, bongs, or joints, smoke it if you've got it. And welcome back to Collateral Cinema. How are y'all doing?
Doing great. Dynamite.
It's all right. It's all right. It's raining outside. It was a holiday. What could be wrong?
Oh, nice. I love a good rainstorm, honestly.
It's President's Day, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's President's Day.
Okay,
exactly.
cool.
Yeah, I had the day off, which was nice.
Oh, nice, man.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I didn't, but I work at a liquor store, so you
Yeah,
know.
I work at right down the street from him. So.
Yeah, but anyway, yes, we are joined by Erin and Kevin from the podcast That Wouldn't Die. How are y'all doing tonight?
Fantastic.
All right. And this is the part where we allow our guests to kind of introduce themselves to our listeners and just tell them what your show is about. So go right ahead.
I'm going to have my associate Kevin do that.
All right.
We are the podcast that wouldn't die. We discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genre with a comedic twist, we hope. Ideally.
We hope. Oh, there's going to be more than a little bit of comedy here.
Yeah.
I mean, we laugh. We're not sure of anybody else, but as long as we're entertaining each other, that's what's important.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We'll have a fun time.
Definitely. And the movie that we're doing is definitely a little bit of a guilty pleasure for many people. Although I think that this is actually a way better movie than most of the other movies in its genre and of that particular time. And that is, I believe it's 1986 this was released.
Yep.
It's The Wraith. And it's starring Charlie Sheen, Nick Cassavetes, Clint Howard is in this movie as well, and Randy Quaid, among others. And I guess it's kind of a mix of horror and sci-fi
Action, thriller,
yeah,
car thriller. It's more of car porn, like we keep talking about.
It's car porn. I mean, yeah, this was a movie that Robert actually chose for. Yeah. This is one of his choices for the season. Robert, why did you choose this movie?
Because this was kind of like a child movie to me. You know, I first watched this on like HBO, like when we were like kids. You know what I mean? Yeah,
this was definitely a movie that was prevalent on cable television back in the day.
The thing is, why I chose this is because I almost forgot about it. You know what I mean? Until I saw it on Tubi again in Prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can't really say that I've ever really seen this movie up until now, and I'm impressed, honestly.
The soundtrack, man, the 80s soundtrack, that's what gets you too, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They had
right
enough money to buy a Billy Idol song. That tells you something was wrong with Hollywood.
and have enough left over to throw in an Ozzy Osbourne track as well.
There you go, yeah.
Well, Charlie Sheen's only on screen for 5 minutes, so they saved money there.
He's probably doing Major League, and then he switched back.
I think that's actually what it was, actually. I think that...
Yeah, he did a lot of movies.
Yeah, I think that this was shortly before that. But Erin and Kevin, what are y'all's experience with this movie? When was the first time that y'all actually watched this?
Yesterday.
Literally.
Nice.
Literally. And Tubi, for some reason, had the word loading going across the center of it for the entire time.
Oh, no.
I just went with it.
As the filmmaker intended.
It didn't affect my experience.
I remember this movie like you guys were saying. It was on cable a lot in the late 80s. I honestly don't remember this movie being in theaters. I remember it vaguely, because I swear to God I have not seen it in coming up on 40 years. But it was on HBO all the time.
Yeah.
They needed to fill it. 24 hours. They had to fill it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how I watched The Warriors and shit too, right?
Yeah. Movies like that as well.
Late at night. Reasons we didn't go to sleep, right?
And yeah, I mean, incidentally, this movie did have a theatrical release, but it was marred by really, really bad sound mixing, apparently. We'll get into that.
Oh, that's what brought it down, was the sound mix?
At least that's what the filmmakers say, because apparently they did send it off to the producer sent it off to a cheapo audio mastering house, and they just kind of cheaped out on it. So, yeah, and it led to like muffled, distorted vocals or something. You know?
Yeah, trying to find a distributor back in those days, you try to do it cheap, you know?
No, you try to do it cheap, you're going to get what you fucking pay for.
No, exactly, man. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Right on. And Ash, I take it that this is the first time you've seen this movie as well, right?
Yeah, so so I was going to say, Erin, you're actually doing better than me because I just watched this movie today.
Oh, wow. Ash.
I'm pretty sure we, like, a long time ago.
Are you? Yeah, I remember.
Actually, no, I lied. I lied.
Showed you, I was like, dude, look at this movie.
I lied. Robert showed it to me some time ago, and I realized that when I was in the middle of watching it. I was like, oh, wait, I have seen this before.
Mainly because of the car,
but I don't think
right?
that Yeah, I remember specific scenes, but I don't think I actually like sat down and like coherently watched the whole thing like I did today. So, but yeah, I mean, technically speaking, I did remember at least seeing some of these scenes before with you, Robert. Like, I'm sure you'd put this movie on at some point.
Yeah, when I showed Bo, we were watching like the old Blockbuster trailer, and I'm like, dude, look at this shit.
Dude, I was hooked on it immediately when I first saw that trailer, too. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, that was our childhood back then, you know?
Exactly.
And it's like, I remember Charlie Sheen being in this, but this is like an all-star cast.
Oh, for real?
Coming back to it, I was like, Clint Howard's in this?
Clint Howard.
Clint Howard just pops up everywhere.
I know. This is maybe the second or third time we featured a movie with Clint Howard in it, I believe. I mean, first time, I believe it was House of the Dead, right?
I'm just waiting.
House of the Dead.
I'm waiting for Clint Howard. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to like.
That's Spanish for death.
No, it's like that's Mexican for death.
Mexican.
That's what he said specifically.
That's what he says.
I was just waiting for him to hand me some ice cream with an eyeball on it, dude.
Oh man, The Ice Cream Man, that's a great movie.
I love that movie, dude.
Yeah, that's a fantastic movie. But
fantastic.
It was, yeah.
It was fantastic,
right?
For 86. This was
the Ice Cream Man movie.
Oh, the Ice Cream Man. Yeah, the Ice Cream Man was 1996.
I think everybody was just waiting for a sequel with that one, though.
That would have been interesting.
It never happened,
Yeah. But yeah, this cast is absolutely awesome. I mean, first off, you have quite possibly one of the most underrated 80s villains of all time. Nick Cassavetes as Packard. And oh man, this guy, oh man, you just despise him the first moment you see him, right?
I was in a rage the minute I saw the puka shells.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's an affront in its own right.
You knew he was evil at that point, no question.
There's no shark tooth on those puka shells?
Yeah, there's not a shark tooth or two there.
2002, 2004.
And then someone had written in the dirt on his window, 55, no.
You can't drive 55.
Exactly. You can't drive 55. Not with those puka shells.
Nope. Man, I'm surprised that song wasn't on this soundtrack, honestly. to be honest. I mean, but yeah, I mean, Nick Cassavetes, he is just so easy to hate in this movie. It kind of makes you forget that
he's a bastard.
Yeah, it makes you forget that he went on to make The Notebook. You know, it's like, wait, I mean, he just encapsulated that 80s sleaze that, you know, that you really need for a perfect 80s movies villain.
Was he wearing a wig in this, by the way? His hair looked crazy.
His hair
I don't know. It does. It looks amazing.
The thing looks good.
Yeah.
There should be like wind blowing it all the time, you know?
I know, right? Like anytime he's on screen, there's just a breeze going through his hair.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be absolutely perfect.
Just cue Fabio, and just.
I know, right?
The wind blows.
But it's insane just how he just controls this poor girl, you know, played by who played the girl?
Fenn.
Sherilyn Fenn, yeah.
Super foxy, by the way.
She's always gorgeous. She was in the Gilmore Girls and was still beautiful with short hair.
Absolutely, yeah. And also
Twin Peaks, right?
Twin Peaks as well.
Twin Peaks,
yeah.
Two Moon Junction.
And dating Johnny Depp at this point, who they tried to get in this movie, but I guess the producer was just like, nah, he's a fucking nobody. Like,
yeah, I think I told you, like, I saw
we got Clint Howard. We don't need no damn Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is maybe a little while before Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe, or maybe a little while after.
Johnny Depp's name wasn't even really
so I mean, he was kind of getting started, but not really on the rise at that point.
I think I've seen her on 21 Jump Street, actually.
Yeah, on 21 Jump Street.
One of the episodes, you know.
On the original television show, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's how they met. I just made that up right there.
I don't know. For all we know, that probably is the case.
Yeah, I think she did like an episode on 21 Jump Street.
Yeah. Yeah, but Cheryl really plays a quintessential all-American small-town girl here, you know? I mean, you really feel for her because she's been run through the ringer. Like, her boyfriend, Jamie, is gone, you know? And murdered in front of her.
Yeah.
Which I don't see how the hell she wouldn't have seen that Packard and his gang was the one who did it. It's like, I mean, come on now.
I think they threw a bag over her head or something, right?
Yeah. It did, but that should only work so long.
It was like a potato sack, and then they threw her in a trunk or something.
They play hard in Tucson.
Exactly.
They don't play in Tucson. Absolutely.
No, absolutely not in Tucson, Arizona.
We don't fuck around, right?
No fucking around there. I mean, shit. Just look. I mean, the rest of Packard's gang is also really, really memorable. I mean, of course, we have Clint Howard, who is sporting an homage to Eraserhead with that hairdo.
Sure.
Oh my god!
At first, I wasn't even sure it was him. I'm like, what the fuck? Because of the hair. It's like Eraserhead and Kramer had a baby.
Yeah, exactly. But then you look at him, and he's like so obviously Clint Howard. I mean, his face is unmistakable there.
He's got that baby Andy Griffith.
The baby Andy Griffith face, yeah.
I think it's the teeth is the giveaway.
Absolutely.
It is. Exactly. Yeah, I would say even his eyes are the biggest giveaway for me. You know, I'm just like, oh, that's definitely Clint Howard.
Oh, you know it's Clint Howard, yeah.
Yeah, but he's honestly really, really good in this movie, and actually ends up being the surviving member of Pac's gang in the end of the film. So.
Yep.
I mean, he was pretty much just the mechanic or the technician of the group. You know, I mean, it's interesting because this group has a hierarchy and they all have like certain jobs within the group. Like, I mean, one of them is actually takes care of all the financials and everything. You know, and then they have Gutter Boy and Skank, the greatest characters in movie history. I might add.
Those are the Road Warriors, dude.
Those are the real Road Warriors, man.
Homeboy was drinking hydraulic liquid.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Hydraulic liquid, WD-40 at one point.
Snorting WD-40.
What do they call it?
It's like, that's hardcore.
There was a name for that. I forgot the name.
It's huffing it, right? But God bless
the name. What they were
Gutter Boy.
drinking, it was what do they call it? I forgot it. Damn it.
Oh, I don't know, man. But it's like, yeah, man. God bless Gutter Boy and Skank. They are so amazing. I mean, poor Gutter Boy, man. I mean, he's obviously a little derpy, you know, but
yeah, he's touched.
He is, but they're so much fun every time they're on the screen, right?
Oh man, yeah. Almost felt like Class of Nukem High should have popped out.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say they almost feel like trauma Cretans.
Yeah,
right?
the Cretans should have popped out too. Look,
Right, they were like the Road
fluid.
Warriors, weren't they? Like everybody had there's like the dude wearing the Letterman jacket as part of the gang. There's the weird dude with the mohawk over here. It's like we're all represented.
They were just like the Road Warriors, but you knew in your heart you can kick the shit out of them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can. I mean, maybe other than Packard, you can totally take the rest of his gang on. I don't even see how the hell they were even a threat.
This movie almost felt like Mad Max, almost with the road piracy, right?
I recall the director saying that in the end he was trying to do George Miller, I mean, about as good as George Miller could do it, but he was just like, nah, we're not going to get that close, but we can at least get an approximation of it.
With an Arizona desert with cool cars and miles of fucking desert, right, baby?
Well, incidentally, it was winter when they made this movie, so they're all freezing their asses off.
Gotta be.
You know, and in Arizona, it gets cold during the winter. You know, desert winters.
Cold at night.
Especially if you're wearing a leather vest with no shirt.
I know, right? I mean, that has to, and also going to a quarry and floating in quarry water as well.
Jumping in cold water and
no, that water was frigid.
that lake scene.
Poor Cheryl and poor Charlie. They were like just freezing their asses off in that water.
Yep.
If you look closely enough, you can see their breath as well.
You probably see the goosebumps too.
How about the gang's lair? I've never seen an auto shop with pink neon light and glass blocks.
It was practical.
Quite a place.
It was retro wave before retro wave was a thing, you know? it was somehow already retro wave, and it was right in the middle of the 80s.
No, you're right about that.
You move the cars out and it's a club.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah. It would be like a club in a seedy 80s horror film, honestly. You know, like, what's a good example? I can't really think of one.
Vamp.
Yeah, there you go. But also his gang had that one dude, Ogie, who was kind of homophobic for one. You know, he straight up.
Oh my God! You forget all the good '80s homophobia.
You can't forget that. Right?
Oh my God!
Oh my Lord!
Just casual
homophobia.
Very casual.
Some of that stuff was wow. Yeah.
No. It was very, very.
I won't repeat it because
no. But yeah, it's just kind of all out there, you know, as it were. But he's actually the first victim of the Wraith, I believe, right?
Yes.
I think he's the first actual victim.
So the Wraith would be like the Crow, you know. He's Eric Draven.
You know, we can get into that here in a little bit.
It's a vengeful spirit coming back.
Yeah, we'll get into that because that's kind of interesting in its own right.
It's basically an anomaly coming back to, set things right.
It's our protagonist blood that makes him strong.
Well,
absolutely.
Winning.
Winning.
Well, and that's the thing. When it starts, I'm like, is this like an alien movie? Or is this because there's like shit coming down from the
helmet, and then he's like, dude, what is this? He's got like something attached to his hand.
Yeah, honestly, that intro was really cool. I forget who I think it was the original special effects designer for Close Encounters that did that.
And then the
iconic
pace car, dude. They only made 3 of those.
Yeah. But I mean, we get our. It's essentially like just 3 lights kind of converging together, then kind of going down. It's like a street light going down the road.
Yeah.
Looks like pretty much any other 80s or 90s car commercial.
It meets at a crossroads.
Yeah.
They're probably promoting Dodge Interceptors right there.
It's what they were doing.
Twin turbo Interceptors. They were just promoting, really.
We will get into the cars
like the Ribbon. Does it look like the Ribbon now?
A little bit, right?
The Cybertruck? Is that what you're talking?
Oh no! No. This is way cooler than the Cybertruck. Way cooler.
I don't know.
At least this has a paint job, right?
That is true.
That car. It's like, dude, nobody's ever seen that. It's like an alien car, right? Like,
right. It is. You know. And then you have the design of the Wraith himself. I mean, he's pretty much got a bunch of body armor on and the helmet and everything, which kind of recalls another movie that we talked about earlier in the season, Nail Gun Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
Had a very similar getup.
Oh, yeah. There's a movie called Nail Gun Massacre?
Yeah.
Yes, and it is amazing.
Filmed in Texas.
Filmed here in Texas.
In the 1980s, yeah.
Oh, it is superlative.
It's a good film.
And it is on Tubi.
Oh, Phil.
So
I bet it's on Tubi. Everything's on Tubi.
it is. Everything is on Tubi. That is no lie there.
But I was expecting him to come out with a nail gun with the helmet too.
I know, right? But he has that big ass Benelli shotgun.
I mean, I've sort of seen that with like an incognito phantom driver with other things.
Yeah,
too,
it is kind of an archetype a little bit.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough,
he's a phantom driver. Yeah.
Yeah. Phantom Driver. I mean, I guess you can maybe kind of make a parallel going all the way back to like the Headless Horseman a little bit with Sleepy Hollow. Kind of that's kind of the horse version of that, the horse-drawn version.
The vengeful spirit.
Yeah,
pretty
I
much.
can see that.
But yeah, I mean, also
I thought it was going to be like Kit. I thought like
I know it did.
Oh, the Knight Rider car, right?
Yeah, I
looks
thought
exactly like Kit.
Charlie would be yammering with his car or something. Instead, Charlie shows at the beginning and the end, and he is off doing whatever
it's almost
Charlie
you don't
does.
know he's the Wraith until the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's interesting that they
It's a
don't
whole
actually
different body.
show.
It's like a skinny dude.
Yeah,
Who's
it's interesting that
taller.
yeah they don't actually show how the Wraith comes to be. Honestly, how it became Jamie became the Wraith.
Yeah, his brother. He had a
Yeah.
It's like the Santa Claus.
I don't know. Does the power come with the car? Does what's his face? Does Billy get the power now or something?
Right.
That's what I
think
said when I first saw the movie, Ash.
You're cursed.
Ash, you just pointed something out like very crucial. That's what I thought when I first saw this movie. I'm like, dude, does he pass the powers on?
He says the instruction manual's in the glove compartment.
Oh, right,
I
like
mean-
the greatest American hero.
So did he leave the shoddy in the trunk and everything for him?
Absolutely. He tosses the
At
keys to his
no, you're
imbecile
right about
brother
that.
and just bails.
It's almost like he tried to pass on a responsibility to his younger brother, though.
It is kind of.
That's
right?
what I thought when I first saw this movie. I was a young kid, though.
And let me tell you, that scene near the end with Jamie's brother and everything, like that actually tugged at the heartstrings.
That was
actually a very impactful moment.
he didn't know he was his brother. Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
right
he
there.
didn't know, and he was just like, Jamie!
Jamie!
He's like, come back.
He's like, dude, you give me this car? Like, who the fuck just gives somebody a car like that?
Yeah, but it's like he kind of realized exactly who it was.
He knew it was his brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's something to say about like a person's mannerisms. You'd be able to tell even if somebody changed faces.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The feeling, though, it was probably the
'cause-
feeling. It's
Well,
like,
the
no,
body
he's my
snatchers,
brother.
they knew when it wasn't their husband, even though it looked exactly like. So I guess it could be like that.
Same with the thing, yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with the thing.
With the thing.
So had the brother ever met Charlie Sheen before, or was it just some rando giving him a hug as he's walking out of town? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it was a random dude. He just came in on a bike.
Yeah, he just showed up.
As the movie started,
He just showed up. The local gang of derelicts starts dying, and then once they're all dead, he leaves.
And takes the girl with him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what was more awkward than it was Charlie Sheen sitting on the beach and some rando dude putting his towel like on top of it and just talking away. I was
like the new kid in town. Yeah,
is this a
new
thing?
kid in high school, new kid in town. Shit like that.
I don't recall if that's how people in the 80s actually,
I can tell you that's
Congregated
not.
anything?
It was not.
yeah.
It looked like a summer. It looked like a summer love thing almost.
kind of,
Yeah.
sort of.
Like it probably only lasted a few months.
All I gotta say is that this man is a Giga Chad. Okay, he comes and he barges in, drives a bunch of gang members off the road and kills them. Refuses to explain and leaves.
Absolutely. Does not elaborate at all. And then he just gets his girl and he just heads out.
And where are they going? To go sleep by the river? Or he has some
I don't
place?
know.
Or it's just them in a dirt bike and her big purse?
That's all you need.
That's
That's all you
You're still in
need.
Arizona, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, it was the 80s.
Arizona.
You're still there. What do we go to Los Angeles? Yeah, let's go to Los Angeles.
No, that's what I would do. I'd
Yeah, I would
hightail
go.
it to the West Coast.
Let's
That's
go to
what I would
LA.
do.
Yeah, we have to.
It is funny now that I'm thinking about it. It's like the creepy brother pulls up a chair next to Charlie Sheen, and Charlie Sheen does not give him the time of day. Really, this is your brother, right?
Yeah.
You should be talking, spending time. He doesn't spend any time with him at all. He's like, get the hell away from me. Leave me alone. I'm staring at my girlfriend over here.
Well, it's kind of implied that somehow Charlie Sheen doesn't look the same as Jamie.
Right.
Almost look like that dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the flashback scene where they kill that dude.
If you look closely in the flashback, that's obviously not Charlie Sheen.
I'm like, that's not him. It almost looked like him.
Well, more than implied. I mean, they it's kind of like the main plot point is that nobody recognizes him.
So it's almost like her boyfriend
realized
got
that
hotter,
it's him.
and it's like right at the end she accepted him.
So is the little brother going to change how he looks now that he's like the car man?
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, is he going to be the new Wraith now?
Does he like turn into Emilio Estevez or something? I mean, is that what happens?
That would have been the best.
That would have been amazing.
Or does he have to die?
Wait, that's a lot of responsibility to hand somebody a car like that, right?
Yeah, no shit.
Look at that car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a family business now. Vehicular homicide. That's how we do
Why
it.
don't the people burn? Why are their eyes black? Not explained.
Right. All Shang Tsung style, right?
Yeah, Shang Tsung took their souls.
It's like Shang Tsung just totally took their souls and now they're just all withered away.
That's a Mortal Kombat reference, Aaron. It's a video
It
game.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
Mortal
sir.
Kombat.
In a fiery car wreck, like your skin's still on you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Of course.
But yeah, you can see that they were all cursed. The fact that their bodies didn't burn up, right?
Yep.
So,
Right.
where's the crow at?
Is that like testing a witch? So as long as you don't burn up, we'll just catch you on fire if we're not sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
It follows that logic a little bit and everything.
It almost looks like these guys were already dead to begin with. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they were dead men walking. I mean, the minute that they fucked with Jamie, you know, the minute that they attacked him,
They were cursed already. Yeah.
yeah,
I felt like rather than having a bizarre murder scene in the Love Shack, like he should have been killed by the same way, like a car accident or something. You know what I mean? Like that should have been the kind of inciting incident that makes him come back. And because really, there was no his car wasn't stolen by the gang or anything.
Yeah.
It was just he was hooking up with the girl that the homie was in love with, I guess, theoretically, right?
Yeah,
So
and they stab him, and then
in quotation marks, in love with, because that's not love that guy is feeling.
that's
that's it.
infatuation.
That's stalking.
Some weird stalking infatuation thing.
Straight up stalking. I mean, dude's literally just showing up and literally threatening her, and when she's telling him that I don't love you, I've never made love to you, and then he just pulls out his switchblade, as any 80s villain is wont to do, pull out his switchblade. That's just like universal 80s scumbag shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he was doing some Stockholm syndrome to her, dude.
And yeah,
no
he was
one
just
says
trying.
a goddamn thing. No one says, "Hey, maybe I should call the police." What about the owner of the restaurant? Nobody says a thing.
I mean, they have cops. We see the cops.
There's
known
old
to the
Randy's
cops.
cruising around.
Oh yeah, Randy Quaid. Let's talk about him for a second. This is prime Randy Quaid before he went totally nutters. You know.
Yeah. He was trim. He was young.
Yeah, he was actually, he could actually have some some presence on screen and everything, much like his brother did. But I mean, he plays a quintessential small town sheriff, but I mean, it does feel like he is really trying to get to the bottom of this. He's not just, slacking off. He's actually trying to he's actually trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. So he's putting in some detective work here at the very least, and he obviously has a contentious relationship with Packard and his gang.
Right.
I kept waiting for like a reveal, like they're on the take, like the cops are on the take with the street gang, or there's some kind of connection between them. Because why did the Wraith have to like go on this revenge tour if there are police, right? Who could theoretically investigate the crime and bring the villains to justice? No thanks. No thanks.
So is Randy Quaid gonna arrest the younger brother, or he just gives up now?
I don't know. He does go and talk to the younger brother for a moment, but yeah, I mean, all the moments that he interacts with the gang are just absolutely awesome. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's just such a great dynamic between the two, Like especially how everybody they do kind of cower, but Packard's just he's still just Packard. He's just like, nah, fuck this guy. But yeah, Randy Quaid is definitely a good addition to this cast and whatnot.
An evil force took his life. An unearthly power has brought him back. He is a phantom, a wraith, a cosmic spirit given another chance.
Are you new in town?
Yeah. Who's the kid?
I turned my back, and the next second he was there. Like magic, almost.
You ever seen one of those before? Nah, let's just add it to our collection.
There's a kid out there using his car to kill people. Not that it's such a big deal, since it seems to be your gang he's got it in for.
Hold on! Grab the shotgun, Mama Luca.
A wraith, man! A ghost! An evil spirit, and it ain't cool!
What are you doing? Packard, stop
Get
it!
in the car.
What are you doing, man? You
Get out of my face, Burger Boy. You wind up dead like your brother.
Hey! Who is that guy?
I don't know. But whoever he was, he's weird and ticked off.
I seen his eyes, Loomis!
Who are you?
Who are you?
The Wraith. If you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear.
But I guess on that note, we can actually kind of go into some of the cars and some of the action involving cars in this movie. Robert, there's quite a few notable vehicles here, right?
Yes, there is.
Well, yeah. First of all, let's go ahead and start with the Interceptor.
The Interceptor, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what was the deal with this car?
That was originally a pace car for the Indy 500, I believe.
Yeah.
And they only made 3 of those things.
At that point, that was the only one in existence. I think it was pretty much a prototype.
It was prototyped.
Yeah.
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 And they stuck it into a movie, which looks badass, right?
I know, right? And what kind of specs would a car like that have?
I think I don't even know if it was a V8 I think it was a V6 with twin turbo interceptors.
Yeah.
Trying to make it faster than a V8 though, you know what I mean?
Right on. Yeah.
But nowadays, dude, I'm just thinking sticking LS1 behind that fucker, you know what I mean? Or
yeah, right.
LS5 and dude, that thing will haul some ass. Or it's basically a kit car. You can almost stick any engine behind the wheel or behind that thing.
Yeah.
I almost would stick a GT40 behind that motherfucker, you know?
GT40, exactly.
Yeah,
right?
you know, have a Le Mans car going or something, but
yeah,
turbocharged interceptors. I think they were just experimenting with that for police cars, you know.
Police cars, yeah, right on.
Dodge wanted to do a whole thing with the police cars. Even Ford wanted to make their Mustang police car, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. And Packard's car is that's more of a vet, right?
Yeah, he's got probably like an early 81, 82 Corvette.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that he modified, right?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a modified car. You know, I mean,
I was just looking at that Firebird Trans Am with the supercharger, dude.
Yeah, but isn't there something kind of off about that though?
Yeah, I'm like.
I mean, aren't there supposed to be certain parts of that that's actually kind of open so that you have better like air intake and whatnot?
Yeah, the supercharger. That's pretty much freaking.
Yeah, but
the first Fast and Furious.
Yeah, but I think that on that it was actually all that was closed, and so I mean it wouldn't get the right airflow, right?
Right. It was just pretend. It was a pretend supercharger.
Yeah. Some of the. This is probably like a hood pretend thing over it.
And of course, I believe that this is Ogie's car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first car to actually go.
These are all the Frankenstein cars that pieced themselves together right after the Wraith blew everything up with a shotgun. Remember that?
Uh-huh, exactly.
So they automatically get pieced together again. And how did you get them, like, I mean, I guess Clint Howard is a good mechanic, though.
Oh, I mean, he was even coming up with like a radio scramblers or something. You know?
So right after Charlie Sheen shoots the cars up with that energy-based weapons, the cars are almost automatically together in the next scene too, right?
Yeah, that's
if you notice that.
Yes. Next morning they're fine.
Yeah. Excellent turnaround when it comes to putting a car together like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're pretty much right back out on the road, like almost like after a day.
American ingenuity, bro. Just like the right car, though.
Wasn't it weird how like Clint Howard is going to install some kind of crazy device on the Wraith's car, and the Wraith's just like, that's cool. Let me pop the hood. You know, put whatever kind of kill switch you want on my engine. We're good.
So there's no kill switch with this live engine here.
That engine was fully animated, by the way. But I mean, I guess they didn't have a whole lot of money because they couldn't really show it on screen for very long.
They look like some alien technology.
It did. I mean, Clint was just like, Pac, you need to come and see this. Mm-hmm. It's like, I mean, this does not compute.
That thing was alive, dude.
Yep.
You saw that?
In a way, that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like it was its own kind of organism.
Yeah, it was an organism. You're right about that.
Yeah, it was a living, breathing thing.
Ooh, bro, no shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just got to say something about, I mean, Gutter Boy and Skank's ride. I mean, that's a little fastback, right?
Oh, that's like a 67 Barracuda, right?
Yeah, it's a Barracuda.
Yeah, that's right.
Fastback window.
Yeah.
The Barracuda, dude.
The Barracuda. Like they end up blasting it with a shotgun and rolling it, right?
Yeah, man.
Trying to chase Jamie and Kara.
I've actually seen one of those in my whole life. It was all white. Classic, man. I'm
wow.
As soon as I looked at it, dude, I was like, dude, where are you going to find the glass to the back of this window, dude?
I know,
You're not going to.
Yeah, that was probably difficult to find even back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And these car chase sequences, the racing sequences, man, I mean, those were shot rather well, but not without a little bit of tragedy. There was a cameraman that died during one of these shoots. I think that it was mainly because the producer was really, really trying to push them to get this movie done quickly. I mean, they got it done in like 28, 29 days. Which is ridiculous if you know anything about filmmaking.
Awesome. Yeah, filmmaking is hard, and it's
it is. But to do it to make a movie like this in like less than a month, involving a second unit with like automobile chases and whatnot,
right?
Right.
But yeah, unfortunately, a camera operator that was driving on the camera car, he was killed when it was just so overloaded with people and equipment, and unfortunately, it rolled over on him. It was very, very tragic, and it's something that really, really fucked with the director of this movie. I think his name's Mike Marvin. He does not have good memories of this movie. Of making this movie, you know.
Charlie Sheen says, like, dude, I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. but yeah, even so, even with that death, I mean, the car sequences in this movie are very well done. Like, especially for being done in such a short period of time.
Of time, yeah. The stunt car, like the whole thing,
yeah.
I love that, man. Like, I don't know.
Well, it was a lot of like. We're racing, the Wraith pulls ahead, goes around a blind corner, and then just blocks the road, and then they crash into it and explode.
Yeah.
They did that a few times.
Yeah.
Which is a very interesting way to kill off his victims and whatnot, you know.
He has a shotgun. Why does he just shoot him?
Well, I mean, he just does that to the cars because he knows that they care more about the cars and everything. That's intrinsic to their operation.
Like Bo and I said,
they also die.
They do die, but they die by car crash.
Car wrecks, yeah.
I mean, maybe it's kind of a hoisted by their own petard kind of thing.
And then the spaceship UFO interceptor drives off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is cool.
Yeah. It blows up along with the car that it's. That it's racing, and then just automatically reforms and drives off.
Right. I read somewhere that each time he kills one of the villains, one of the braces that I guess are on all of his limbs kind of pops off or something. And so
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens.
Oh, is that how he gets his freedom? He has to. So he's offered his brother this curse. And by the way, you guys are right. It's the Tesla Cybertruck. So maybe this is Elon Musk's plan all along.
No. I don't know. Can we not involve Musk in anything?
This is definitely a vengeful spirit, though, coming back, and kind of like the Crow, though.
Yeah, how it all starts.
Get to that here in a little bit, but I mean, I like the cars racing sequences are a lot of fun to watch, and they're very intrinsic to this movie and everything.
What was the thing with the braces, though? Like, I just, like what was that? What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's supposed to signify the way that he was killed. I mean, we don't really see how he was killed. We see how he was attacked.
I know what you mean. Those braces.
Yeah,
and then it's almost like some sort of power thing.
It's like a piece of his power that's disappearing, like a piece at a time. And then after the last time, he's like, I can't do that anymore. Yeah. So that's kind of how I interpreted it. I don't know. But does the new driver have the power? Have recharged power now? I don't know.
And did he do something bad? He's got to pay off this?
From what I read, it's like each time he kills them, it's like he's getting stronger. So he doesn't need the braces on his arms and legs. He's Forrest Gump or something.
There you go.
But the issue is that you don't see Charlie Sheen walking around with braces on his arms and legs. He seems like he's doing all right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense.
He only shows up and drives that Honda motorcycle, right? And then pops in and out.
Yeah, then just rolls up on an old girl, and he's just like, hey.
Oh, hey, you need a ride home?
Oh, hey, you need a ride?
Shirtless and his denim jacket.
Exactly.
As they do.
And then before you know it, you don't even know he is the Wraith until he, rides off, and then he dissipates in the... in the stars, right?
Yeah. It dissipates into the lights and everything.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, he's the Wraith. Oh my god! Like my brother, when I first showed my brother this, he was like, dude, I didn't even know that. This is a badass movie.
Yeah, I know, man. Very, very badass movie. Now I know that a couple of times, Robert, you brought up the comparison to The Crow.
Yeah.
And that there is kind of a thing here. It's like there is a theory. There was a theory online for the longest time that The Crow kind of ripped off this movie, but it's not possible because The Crow, the original novelization of The Crow,
it's comic book based.
Yeah, the original novelization and then the comic book. This all came out way before this movie. That came out in 1981. The original novel and the comic series came out in the early to mid 80s. And this came out in 86, 87. Yeah. So the Crow does predate this movie, but it's difficult to deny that there isn't a little bit of a similarity.
Feature. Yeah, no, you're shit.
So the Wraith ripped off the Crow.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, even all the way down to Gutter Boy and Skank. Like there is a Skank character in The Crow, right?
Oh man,
yeah. Remember?
I just keep going back and watching the City of Angels with the Crow.
City of Angels is a good one.
It was all fucked up shit too. Back then.
Yeah. But the first one though, with Eric Draven and everything. I mean,
Devil's Night right on Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah, this movie does kind of have some of the same story beats there, like especially the whole vengeful spirit coming back to take care of a gang that attacked him earlier, and that he's kind of maybe dead but not dead.
He doesn't go away until all of them are gone. Yeah,
exactly. And once he's done with them, he moves on,
just like the Crow.
So there is a little bit of a parallel, and that has been kind of brought up in certain circles that discuss this movie, but apparently it's tenuous at best. It's more of a coincidence than anything.
It seems like
if anything, this movie would have ripped off The Crow originally.
Or I would put the Wraith almost like a Guyver thing here too, right?
It's kind of Guyver,
with the Guyver suit,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever seen The Guyver, based off of the manga.
Not MacGyver.
No, MacGyver is badass. The Guyver, I believe Mark Hamill was in those movies, right?
The Guyver, and then part 2 was a different actor.
Yeah, part 2. Yeah, but it originally had Mark Hamill as the Guyver.
Dark Hero. Part 2. Watch part 2. The fight scenes are dope.
Yeah, but there is a little bit of a similarity there with kind of a living. Kind of the living machine organism, kind of like maybe with the interceptor and also the way that the Wraith is dressed.
No, you're right. It's definitely a living organism.
Yeah. So there's another parallel there, I guess, with another interesting movie series and everything.
I think you could also compare this movie to Grease 2. You know what I mean? You've got.
I actually have heard somebody bring up that Grease 2, that this is kind of similar to that as well.
I was watching that the other day.
Somebody has actually brought that. I think it was some discourse on Reddit about
Where like a phantom dude comes on a bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching that the other day.
Yeah.
Cool Rider.
The Cool Rider. Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer just dances.
Yeah. That just makes it a little.
He's
too
just
much
misunderstood.
Absolutely.
I'm like. I think when I was watching Grease 2, I was waiting for John Travolta to pop out. It never happened, right?
No.
But I think most of us were waiting for that.
I don't think Grease 2 needed John Travolta.
I mean, you had Adrian's Mad. What else you need?
Yeah, right.
First Grease was cool. Honestly, I saw Grease 2 before I saw part 1. You know.
Yeah.
But
I won't lie.
Those movies are cool.
I have mixed feelings about the first movie. I found. When I was growing up, I found it a little boring, honestly. But then when I got older and I got all all the dirty references in there, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what this movie's about.
It's a Broadway musical play, Bo. Look.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, my God, it's almost just as horny as Rocky Horror. I mean,
absolutely
even hornier, even.
But when you're little, it just rolls over. You don't even know what they're talking. You don't even think about it. But then
you're right about that.
You're what the fuck?
You just go with it.
Yeah, you just kind of go with it. You
kind of go with it.
It's one of the things, kind of like how in the 80s and the 90s they would take movies that were R-rated and very gory, but they still made like toys and video games and like cartoon series based on like RoboCop, Aliens, Terminator 2,
Puppet Master.
Puppet Master, yeah, it's kind of coming from that same place a little bit, you know.
Every kid.
I guess you can even argue Beetlejuice. Yeah, Beetlejuice. I remember the Beetlejuice toys; those were interesting.
Remember the freaking cartoon for.
And like, the cartoon.
Oh yeah, there was a cartoon.
The Saturday morning cartoon, the Beetlejuice. Yeah, good stuff though. Honestly, if y'all youngins are listening to this and y'all haven't watched the original '90s Beetlejuice cartoon, find it. It is great. It's a classic series, honestly.
Oh, and I think Beetlejuice 2 should be releasing.
Yeah, that's right. Beetlejuice 2.
Beetlejuice 2 is coming out.
Next
got
year.
all the
Jenna Ortega attached.
Jenna Ortega involved in that. Michael Keaton. Yeah. I think Winona Ryder too. I think she.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Michael Keaton, of course.
They're all available.
The one and only.
I'll be there.
Excited right after putting on the Batman suit again.
Yeah. He's. I don't know. Michael Keaton seems like he's having a blast.
Yeah,
nowadays.
he's excited now.
Yeah.
Seriously, like if there's
Michael Keaton's great.
If there's like one good thing about, like, say what you will about The Flash, seeing Michael Keaton just have fun in that role has to bring a smile to your face. Like
that was the best part of that movie. Honestly,
it brought a lot of old memories back. Yeah, dude.
Oh, definitely. It's like, oh man, I gotta go watch the original Burton Batman movies now. You know. But
that was
I guess
iconic. I think I still have some trading cards from back in the day in a trunk.
Oh, I had those.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
I had some of the trading cards. I had the original RC Batmobile from the '89 movie, from the original Batman movie. That was really cool.
I had a '89 Batmobile too. Yeah.
Best Batmobile ever, by the way.
Shit.
Yeah. But I guess that we could go ahead and start wrapping up on the Wraith now. It feels like we've touched upon what we're going to touch upon here. And this is the part of the show where we get into final thoughts. So we'll go ahead and start with the podcast that wouldn't die. Erin, Kevin, go ahead.
Well, I appreciated that the crazy meth heads in the desert knew what a Wraith was.
I know, right?
Oh, they were still playing D&D back in the day.
Oh yeah, this is like prime D&D time.
Dungeons and Dragons, hell yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Satanic Panic still going on at this time. I mean, come on now.
I mean, in all honesty, not one of my favorites. I'm going to be honest. I remember seeing it, like I said before, as a child, like sleepovers. It was on cable. But I think, honestly, there's a reason why I haven't seen it in the last 40 years. So, no offense.
No, yeah, I think a lot of us forgot about it, really, you know?
I wasn't even aware of this movie, and, you know, I was a kid during the 80s and everything. I was aware of 80s movies at that time.
If you were a car junkie, you probably would have picked it up,
Yeah, yeah.
It's like... It's one of the first things I did. I'm like, what the fuck is this car? You know,
right?
It's a Cybertruck.
It is. It's a Tesla Cybertruck.
And back then we had like, you know, the car and like Christine. And so like we had these killer cars.
All those other great movie cars that.
Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, yeah. I love that film. Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, Charlie Sheen acting crazy and driving around in a car, that just seems like a Saturday night in Hollywood.
Exactly, right?
Oh,
yeah. That's just every other weekend.
All the drugs are in that car, yeah.
Or all the drugs in his system.
In this system.
Yeah.
And then Jay Leno in the other driver's seat, right? And there's the passenger seat.
Oh, did y'all see that picture? Incidentally, y'all see that picture of Jay Leno driving a Cybertruck looking like the goddamn Crypt Keeper? Oh, it's look it up. No, they caught him in his hometown driving a Cybertruck, and yeah, he looks a little lost, honestly.
Oh man.
He's just like, what the fuck is this thing I'm driving?
It is a ridiculously shitty looking car. I found it by Googling new DeLorean and it popped right up.
Oh, I wouldn't even go close to comparing this to DeLoreans. The DeLoreans had actual
the size. Oh, the DeLorean back in the was
the gold wings, like a gold wing Mercedes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they took it from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mercedes back in the day. Yeah.
Exactly. But Erin, what did you think?
I think this is one of the worst films I've seen.
Oh, really?
Come on.
No, you're good. One of the worst. I mean, Charlie Sheen don't even like this movie.
One kidney buster out of 5.
One kidney buster. Yeah. You better put that kidney buster away.
You're good. Charlie Sheen doesn't even like his own film.
Kidney buster?
Oh yeah. Fucking kidney busters, good old shotties.
Honestly, the Estevez and the Sheens they don't even like their own movies. They rather watch their father, Martin Sheen, and all the classic stuff he did.
Dead Zone.
Yeah.
Dead Zone. Yep.
Fucking Badlands. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, Badlands.
Oh, but
the California Kid.
Oh, but you didn't catch him in God's Not Dead 2? Yeah, he was in God's Not Dead 2.
Yeah. I think Emilio said he doesn't even like his own acting. He's like, dude, I'd just rather watch my dad in his own films.
I don't blame him.
Well, I agree with that.
Choices, children, choices.
Absolutely. But, all right, Ash, what are your final thoughts?
You know, it feels like a made-for-TV movie in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Just
it is that old HBO feeling.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some big names though, of course, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I liked the car chase sequences, just like the wreckage and everything. I mean, obviously they had only practical effects to work with, and so it looks great. I mean, it's thrilling and whatnot. I don't know if I'd really take the movie seriously, but it is a lot of fun. I love the method tweaked out characters, Skanky and Gutter Boy.
That's what makes it real. Of course they're all methed out, hanging out in the desert.
Let me remind you guys, there's a whole club for this on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Nice.
You can be a member.
Nice.
You just have to answer a few questions.
Oh, yeah.
And Clint fucking Howard, man. Oh, why not?
Oh, of course. Of course,
bless
man.
you. We got to keep him working.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Keep the Howards working.
Now, why does he get to live? Why did
Clint fucking Howard?
Basically,
exactly. He's a racerhead. You gotta let a racerhead live.
That's right. He's been through enough.
Oh my god. No, yeah, the Eraserhead thing. That's funny.
But Robert, what final thoughts? What's up?
This movie, it brings back a lot of memories just being a kid, mostly because I remember watching The Warriors like back to back with this film almost.
Yeah.
And I think it's Sean Penn's Bad Boys,
Yeah. Oh, Bad Boys. Yeah. You showed me that movie.
And it just, it goes real back from being a kid, really. And just, it was just always playing on HBO and Showtime. You would find Showtime stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. It also kind of found a second life on VHS as well. It was one of those movies that, really benefited from the 80s
and there
VHS boom.
Yeah, there is Blu-ray releases on this too, and Maximum Overdrive, which are kind of pretty good too now.
That seems like that'd be another good little double feature. Maximum Overdrive and The Wraith.
Yeah.
Emilio and Charlie back together again?
I know, right?
There you go.
That'd be amazing.
2.5 Men. Get rid of Ashton Kutcher.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm surprised nobody's made a 2.5 Men reference yet.
Oh man, right.
Yeah.
But John Cryer, throw John Cryer in there and do that. He's funny as shit.
Right on.
John Cryer.
I mean, my final thoughts on this movie. I mean, this is, for one, the most 80s fucking thing you'll ever see, honestly. It's very, very 80s.
And they spent money on this. They licensed music.
Arizona Desert.
Oh, that soundtrack. I mean, what was it? Billy Idol? Robert Palmer?
Yeah, the soundtrack gets you.
Cruise on this?
And then Ozzy Osbourne too.
Ozzy? Yeah. And who else was on there?
So just getting the rights for all of them would have been so much more money than the movie, right?
Almost. It kind of feels like half the budget was just getting that soundtrack together.
It's like the rights are probably worth more than the damn movie.
I know.
That's why they could only get Charlie for 10 minutes.
I know, exactly. But I would say that this is definitely a movie you should at least give a watch at least once. If you're into cult cinema, if you're into that sort of thing, you're definitely going to love this, I mean, and that is something that, especially Robert and I, we share a love for that type of cinema.
Oh, yeah. I'm a car guy. I'll watch any car movie.
Car guy. Yeah. But also just kind of B cinema, B-movie cinema and everything, Oh, yeah. Blockbusters and all that good stuff.
Oh, that's a late night discussion. Yeah,
really. like full moon features and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude,
I love me some Full Moon.
Oh hell yeah! I got a bunch of Full Moon right behind me.
I'm like a Full Moon Asylum feature dude.
Yeah,
I was in their fan club, so I get my newsletter, so I knew what was coming to the video store.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, newsletters. That's exactly how you knew when new releases was coming out.
Yeah,
the latest Ginger Dead Band was coming out.
Oh yes,
a Puppet Master was coming out.
Yeah, Head of the Family, Demonic Toys, all that good stuff.
Evil Bong,
Demonic Toys.
Evil Bong, which that was an episode 420 episode of ours. Yeah, we did one.
I don't know that one. I feel deprived.
Oh, you should at least check it out. It's hilarious. I think Ginger Dead Man is even in there.
We even did Intruder too. We reviewed that.
Oh yeah,
Full Moon production too, right?
Yeah. Really good. Really good movie with very briefly Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
very briefly.
It's got Renee Estevez.
Yep, it's got another, and once again another Estevez.
It's got one of the Sheen girls. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Final girl from Sleepaway Camp 2.
Exactly.
Might I add, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I would say, this is so 80s, it pretty much loops around and becomes a 90s movie, practically. Yeah. And the cast is amazing, and the soundtrack is amazing. But yeah, don't come in here expecting what would be the second coming of
it's no chopping mall. We'll just say
it's no chopping mall. Yeah, absolutely, it's not chopping mall.
Chopping mall.
Oh man, it's. I mean, it's not even a happy birthday to me or anything like that.
It's its own car movie they try to do in the Arizona desert, which is pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was The Wraith, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. Podcast That Wouldn't Die, Kevin and Erin, where can our listeners find y'all?
I mean, we're all over the internet. We're on X, ostensibly. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, for goodness sake. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. Good times.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, I feel you on that. I mean, I'm like literally posting on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads, like pretty much simultaneously. It's quite a bit to follow, but you know.
OnlyFans, chat roulette.
Yeah, we may as well get an OnlyFans together or something.
Is chat roulette still alive?
I don't think it is.
I'm going to go to the Apple store here and see if I can.
Do not do that. Do not investigate.
And you can find us on Chatterbait. I think that went under not too long ago as well. So, yeah, no more of that degeneracy.
But we did release Texas Sundown, though.
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and... Yeah.
If you guys hadn't seen that, though, yeah.
Yeah, Texas Sundown, Robert. We released that about maybe a month ago.
Right? We did, and we're still working on
a nice little heist short, starring, written, directed, and starring Robert Ortegon, and also starring Ashley Chancellor, myself, Bo Maddox, and Jesse Ortegon, Robert's brother.
All of us.
Yeah, we pretty much all chipped into to film. We all kind of came together and made a nice little short film.
Little short that could possibly turn into a series, maybe.
Maybe it might turn into a little YouTube movie series or something like that.
Yeah. It was a collaborative effort, and stay tuned for the next one, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We have much more in store on the filmmaking.
Honestly, I was wanting to bring Texas Sundown to a whole other thing, maybe with like prequels and sequels.
Yeah, just kind of build upon that story and everything.
If we could do that, but yeah, we're trying to work on other things too. So.
Yeah. And also, I started on, you can find Texas Sundown on our YouTube channel and also on Robert's YouTube channel. You can find that there. And also, just recently, I started a Let's Play series, Collateral Let's Play, and right now I'm doing Beat 'em Up Fridays. I play through old school 90s arcade beat 'em up games, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons. We just did Battletoads not too long ago, and we'll be doing a Bucky O'Hare arcade here pretty soon. And very soon, and Robert, I want you to probably join me on this series. We're going to start playing through the Phoenix Wright series here very soon.
Yeah.
Starting with Ace Attorney. I want to start doing that on Wednesdays. Phoenix Wright Wednesdays.
Ace Attorney.
Yep. Ace Attorney, my man.
You're going to make me read shit.
Dude, it's very involved, man. I mean, you'll be figuring that shit. I mean, we were playing it earlier, and you pretty much figured out what was going on like almost immediately.
Damn, I gotta read though. Damn.
Yeah, I'm playing through the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy right now myself, and
I'm about near the end of Ace Attorney, the first one. I'm near the end. I'm at that investigations with the computer and everything, going between past and present.
Yeah, you're in the Mason system. That's my main issue with that final case, Turnabout Succession. We'll talk about it more later. But
yeah, I kind of get what you're saying a little bit.
It makes no fucking sense. Speaking of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy, on Collateral Gaming, we'll be reviewing that very soon here. I'm most of the way through the game now, but I'm on Spirit of Justice. Yeah, sometime I think this week we'll go ahead and get that recorded. Spoiler-free review on the Apollo Justice trilogy. Afterwards, we will be releasing part 2 of The Witcher 3 and our 2-part anniversary special on Fable 1 and Fable 2.
Excellent. Yeah, and also we should be doing our anniversary special for Collateral Cinema here very soon, and that's it's our Mike-versary. in case y'all don't know, we talk about Takashi Miike movies on our anniversary every year. And this year we're doing Happiness of the Katakuris. And wow,
I just
what a fucking movie that was.
I just watched that yesterday, and that was a trip. But I mean,
my lord,
no more than Visitor Q.
Strangely enough, his most wholesome movie so far that we've done on here. Very
honestly,
wholesome.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Very, very, not what I thought it would be. Very, very wholesome, fun, family-oriented movie, actually.
It really is.
Yeah. And a musical to boot, of all things. A fucking musical. So, yeah. That's going to be coming up very soon. And also we have both of our Indiana Jones trilogy reviews up by now. And we also have our year-end review for 2023. I know that we're releasing it a little late this year, but, fuck it. We went ahead and just did it, and we got it out. So, yeah, if you want to hear us talk about some of the other movies that came out in 2023, you can find that on all the podcast apps, Apple, Spotify. I think Google still does podcasts. I don't know. But especially on Good Pods. Follow us on Good Pods and like and rate our episodes so that we can climb the ranks of the charts there. I think that we are still in the top 30 in the monthly indie TV and film review episodes.
Oh,
so
people like us.
Yep, yeah, people like us on that app definitely. So yeah, we do appreciate all the downloads for that. And you can also find us and also Collateral Gaming on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, and we also have a shit posting group on Facebook. Join us there if you just want to start fucking around. And I guess that we should probably start thinking about getting our Discord going, right?
And chat roulette, I just checked. It's still there. Yeah. So.
Oh yes, definitely chat roulette. Yeah, we'll find a way on there. Maybe we'll do a night where we'll just be on there, and it's like somebody gets us. We'll be like, "Hey, how's it going, y'all? Collateral Cinema. Hey,
just see what happens. Who knows?
See what happens. It's like we'll come across some kind of degenerate in a Pepe mask or something. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, find us on all the socials and on all the podcast apps, and also on YouTube. Like and subscribe and hit that bell so that you can get notified when we drop podcast episodes, Let's Plays, and short films. So
there you go.
Yeah, find us there. And before we go, anybody want to add anything?
No.
No. that was very succinct right there. Quite succinct. Well, with all of that said, I was Bo Maddox.
I'm Robert Ortegon.
Ashley Chancellor.
Kevin Doherty.
Erin Doherty.
And this was Collateral Cinema and the podcast that wouldn't die.
Whoop, whoop.
Laters, everybody. And also, watch out for those interceptors out there. And then those road pirates. And the Teslas. Yes, so definitely watch out for the Teslas.
Tesla.
Laters, everybody.
Hold
Collateral Cinema is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and movie clips are owned by the respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.